Oh, okay, there you go. I was wondering why you logged on as Chris. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Boost the numbers. Wrong account. Oh, you should just leave it on. I'm just saying. Is the echo really bad? Maybe it's set up as a default. Maybe that's why. Bit. I'll try and speak up. I don't know if I can turn up the volume. Okay, how's that? How's that, Chris? Is that better? Log back in? Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Tiger. Can you see him in a different location tonight? That was weird. I wonder if I can share. Let's see. I don't think I ever tried. Let's see. Yeah. No. Yep. 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 And how long did it go? We'll see. Okay, share. Yeah, me too. Me too. But only, I think, the same people as you. I'm not sure. But I figured out how to share. So what's the plan? This is the plan. Did you want to call in, Chris? You hear shuffling? Yep. I haven't picked a card in a few days. So I thought I'd pick a card.
Hello.
There you are. Let me let me pause this real quick. Do you ever hear of this group called Cigarettes After Sex?
Cigarettes, what? Ooh,
After Sex?
no.
You gotta give it a listen to.
What now?
It's a group called Cigarettes After Sex.
I've never heard of them.
Go YouTube them. I'll send you a link if I can. You gotta listen to them. It's really good.
And
It's one of the groups that mellows me out at the end of the night.
the what?
They mellow me out at the end of the night. That group.
They're heavy
Maybe
metal.
this is. Yeah, hold on. Let's do this. Oops. Let's do this. See if that makes a difference.
Very funky. I just got.
Hold on, I'm switching earbuds.
Okay.
Yo, good thing we can edit this shit out.
What?
I said, good thing we can edit this shit out. Can you hear me better?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's a little kind of fuzzy.
I think it's the location. I think it's the Wi-Fi. There's a new Wi-Fi here that's set up. That more so, I think it's the fan,
So are you home or are you at that reno?
the house. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just don't see the
Okay.
bottles.
Yeah, the lighting is much better here. Can you tell?
It's a little echoey. Probably because you don't have a
It,
lot of room.
there's one piece of furniture in here. I tried to throw down some rugs in the ground to absorb the echo, but I know it doesn't serve its purpose. So I thought I haven't picked a card in a while. I thought I'd pick a card. I did actually message people I talked to you about today,
Uh-huh.
and I think the text I got back was that they were going to try to jump on. Are you playing with filters?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm listening though.
yeah,
So
no, it's fine.
you messaged who again? People, you said?
Yeah, the two that we were talking about earlier. Oh, wait. Welcome, sir. I'm glad you could make it. I tried to be on time. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Kelly.
I don't know what happened.
It's okay. Look at John. Can you see?
Hey, it's Kelly.
Mm-hmm. And he's here somewhere. Bearded dynasty.
Oh, nice. Comment
Yes.
failed. I don't know what's going on with my connection today.
It's okay. Is the audio okay though?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay, good. Okay, good. I thought I'd pick an Ascension card for me. It's great to see you too, Kelly. Wade, if you want to, you can call in. Kelly, of course, you don't have to ask. You can call in. But I thought I'd pick an Ascension
you.
card
Yeah.
for myself today because I haven't done one in a while. All right, let's see what we got. Ascended Master Retreat, number 49. So this one says, the great masters of earth have had incarnation, mastered their lessons, and ascended. They are disciplined but compassionate, for they understand the challenges of being in a physical body. Oh, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
It is an invitation to visit in sleep or meditation those ascended masters from whom you wish to learn. Oh, I see. In the retreats, in inner planes, they teach their skills and knowledge to students. You can absorb this in an etheric. Kelly, what's this etheric? What is this word?
Is it esoteric? Is it esoteric?
No, what's that word? It's backwards for you. Etheric?
Which word?
What the?
I can't.
Etheric. Etheric?
Etheric?
Yeah, you can absorb it. You can absorb this at an etheric level and start to bring the wisdom into your life. If you feel a resonance with particular ascended masters, ask them to guide you. And then there's an affirmation on the bottom. Must be ethereal. Must be the root word. Must be ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel a resonance with particular ascended masters, ask them to guide you, and walk with ascended masters. I like that. I like that. So usually what I do is I take this card and I journal about it. I put my thoughts into it. I meditate about the card, and then I don't know what else to do about it. What would you do, Chris,
Um,
with your oracle deck?
well, of course I go read it first, what it means, and I'm just barely starting to, tap in more like into my intuition and journaling. Um, what I hate about journaling is that I have like I think mild carpal tunnel and then my hands just cramp up and they start hurting because like my thought process, I want to write it down so quickly. And I just like I can't like it's like my hand won't move fast enough to write it all before I lose my thought. And it just frustrates me, you know?
Do you find that your mind usually works faster than your hands can? Hey, Fran, how are you? That's usually the case. There was someone I was talking to about that, and I suggested to him to get a recorder. So instead of using a pencil or paper and pen and all that, record your journal, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can download it to either your computer or maybe download it to your phone. Usually, phones have a recorder on it already. You can try and do that.
Okay, like a trip too almost.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I'm not
So
very.
before you start, you can say today's date is Friday, September the 21st,
Mm-hmm.
23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is my journal for today, and you can go ahead and do it from there.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a.
Yeah, try
Hey,
it.
everyone.
Try
Kelly
it. See what happens.
on. You want to come in?
Kelly, you can call in Wade.
Frank?
Wade. I talked to Wade earlier today. I told Wade he's got to call in, so he knows that he's waiting. He's biding his time. I know Kelly said she had to work today, so I'm not sure she's able to call in, and which is okay. You made medicine tonight?
Hmm.
Cran, Cran, call in, tell us about it, Cran.
What?
Cran, call in, tell us about it. Remember she said she makes tinctures last week?
You make what?
Tinctures, I think
Oh,
she
thank
said.
you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if she'll call in. Cran? Go ahead and call in, Cran. I'm learning new ways to shuffle.
I've had tinctures before. In fact, I was using to make tea when I had strep throat earlier.
Oh, but your tinctures is the kind that the funny kind of tincture, right? No?
My tincture? No.
Yeah. Oh, it's not in the chewy form then, huh?
It's in the drop form. You drop it
The
into
drop
hot
form.
water for tea.
Got it. Hey, Crab.
Hi
How are
guys,
you, Crab?
give me 1 second. I need to get an extension cord. Sorry, just 1 second.
Okay,
I was like,
cool,
it's kind of awkward. You can't really see what I'm doing.
cool. Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna tell you, in my entire life, I never smoked weed.
You
This, this body is drug free till today, but it's not alcohol. Definitely not alcohol.
You know, same with me. I've never like, was tempted. I mean, my parents were smoking, so I knew better. In high school, you had your little group, and that was offered. But I'm gonna get whooped if I or find out. Never did. I guess I never was that curious either. So
I was the school that I went to in my community, like everybody smokes weed. But this is back when Jesus walked the planet, so everybody smoked weed. Fran, tell us what that is, Fran.
So these are weeds from the garden.
Oh,
It's a plant called mullein, and it just grows in the ditches around here, basically in forests and stuff like that.
I
It's
Oh,
heard of
basically
that.
I've heard
seen as a weed, just like unwanted,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good for lung health. So
Long hair.
I'm a bad person. I smoke. But the way I keep myself healthy is by taking care of my lungs. And so mullein clears your lungs, basically. So I got a cold, last winter or whatever. I was out on the couch, the whole nine, and
Right.
I just took a bunch of this, and it cleared.
How do you
so
make it?
yeah, I was just gonna
So okay, hold on a second because I have to get a different leaf. I'm like, it'll make more sense if I show you this leaf.
Okay. And by the way, Fran, this is a no judgment zone. We don't judge you for your smoking.
nope.
I know, I always say that though, because I'm a dirty smoker. I shouldn't. Actually, you can smoke mullein. Actually, you can smoke these leaves. It's
Really?
suggested to use
Oh,
the younger small ones, but do you see how scruffy it is?
yeah. Okay.
Little fuzzies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those little fibrous hairs or whatever, and then you cut them. Basically, you just cut the leaf up, choppity chop chop, and you stick it in a jar, and you cover it with alcohol.
Okay. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Now
that's
the key.
alcohol. So not rubbing alcohol.
No, hell no.
If you're
No,
actually
no, no.
drinking it, or
It's
how?
actual, this is food grade alcohol.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. The rubbing alcohol is not necessarily food grade. Like it's
Yeah.
human grade, but it's not food grade.
Not,
Okay, so
Right.
what reason why we get this now? You guys live in the States, so you guys can do this like a lot better because you have better rules. You can buy 100% proof vodka, and that's what you actually want to use. You want to use 100% vodka. The reason is because in this bottle, say this was actually 100 proof, only half of it is vodka and the other half is water. That's why they call it 100 proof. Okay, so you're only got 50% alcohol and 50% water, but that's 100 proof in alcohol land. Okay, so in Canada, I cannot get 100 proof. It is not able to be happening. I would have to drive my ass to the States and bring it back in my freaking vehicle or pay somebody money to ship it to me. But anyways, so this is the closest I can get here. We get 45% alcohol. So it's 90 proof, okay? So that's pretty darn close. But basically,
Mm-hmm.
if I was making it to sell to other people, I wouldn't use this. I would use the 100 proof and go through the process and the cost of getting the proper. Because the reason why you're doing that is because there's no math involved. So, you could make errors when making tinctures if you're doing these odd calculations. Like this is really darn close for personal use, but that's the idea. Is that if you're doing like 25% proof vodka, then you got to do all this math so that you're getting the chemistry right to make medicine, right?
Okay.
So when you do it, so people are doing it the mixed up percentage ways, and that's where I think people get scared with natural products is because somebody else made them,
Mhm.
and so they could be a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker depending
Mhm.
on the process that they use, and what sort of math and chemistry and how complicated they're trying to make it or not make it. And like if I wouldn't use this leaf, like this leaf here is dried. You see how this is really crunchy
Mhm.
and like brown. So this is kind of like if you made a tincture with this, it could be really volatile. That just means like unstable, meaning you might get a batch that's really strong and you could feel ill off of it, right? You can make a batch and it's really weak and go, that didn't do anything. This natural stuff doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it's like when you know how it's been done and you know what to look for, then you can find. So I try to use the fresh material. You can use dried material. I've just heard that it's harder to create a stable end product if you're trying to sell it. If you're trying to sell it and make money off of it, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to sell the medicines offerings to other people, then you want to take more care. But I'm just doing it for myself, so I'm actually doing an experiment. I did all fresh leaf here,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to get another round and I'm going to try all dried. And I'm just going to compare the tinctures because I've already well experimented myself with Mulin. So I'm not worried. Like I don't feel uncomfortable taking a strong dose of Mulin. I know how it affects my body. I know what reactions it does if I take too much at one time. And so I just work with it. But I don't know if you can see.
Mhm.
It's literally just leaves. And I just chop the leaves up. Nothing really small, just really rough. Cut them all up so there's more surface area. And then you just cover them with the vodka.
So I'm assuming you don't actually eat the beef. I'm
Nope, you
assuming you
just let
drink the
it sit.
liquid.
Yeah, you let
Okay.
it sit and then you would strain it through a cheesecloth.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, you wouldn't have to strain it though if you didn't want to. I mean, you could just freaking blend it probably. Because it's not like this stuff would hurt you. Not like this isn't something that even if I just chomped right now on this leaf, like it's not going to hurt me. The spikes might make it feel a little tingly in my throat, like the little furry
Yeah.
hairs, but like I'm not going to die from it. Like it's not going to, kill me. And an ailment, like say I made a tincture that was really strong, I might just feel nauseous or sick or uncomfortable, or I could get a lot of phlegm. Like
Mhm.
my nose could start running, my bowels could be like weirder consistencies and stuff like that because basically what this does is like a decongestant. It pulls the mucus out of your body.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So when you take it the very first time, take like just 2 to 5 drops in some water and see how your body responds. When I did it, I took like 10 or 12 right off the hop, and I was like blowing my nose and using the washable 9. But I was expecting that, and I understand what the symptoms are and things. So I was like, yeah, man, get this crap out of me. I was like, let's work it. I'm sick. Let's just get it and get it out. But
Did it make your stomach sick at all or anything like that?
well, it's not like necessarily sick. What it is that it's your body's pulling mucus from your system. So that's all going to go through your system. So it's going to leave through your system, right? So like it's kind of like anything you do that's a detox. When you're detoxing your body, like when you quit smoking, the reason why you feel like you have a cold is because you stopped interfering with your body's ability to expel it. So then you're like, oh, I'm sick and I have a cold and I have a smoke, and then
Mhm.
it's like cleared again. Well, yeah, because you shoved it all back into its storage pockets. You know what I mean? Like it's just, or it hardens it, right? And so then you got like more like arteries and things instead of like, you want to have mucus coming out. Like you don't want your children to not be having a drippy nose. You want to watch what color the drippy nose is, but you want your kid to be like, you want it out. Like that's what your immunity does is push the bad stuff out via like mucus and things like that so that it doesn't damage things on the way out either, right?
Make it worse or anything. Cause an
Yeah,
infection.
it contains it. Like you see those people make the glittery glue stuff to clean their
Hmm.
cups in their
Yeah.
their cup holders in their car.
Yeah.
It's the same idea. It's just it's inside your body. So, anyways, that's Mulin.
Well,
Thank-
I'm assuming this plant here, there is a similar plant we have here in Hawaii. It's actually a fern, and it's edible, but in order to eat it, they have to, I think, boil it
Yeah,
because there's all those hairs
yeah,
on the fern itself, right?
yeah. So they would just blanch it probably, kind of like what we do to vegetables to get them prepared for canning.
Hmm.
So basically, it just softens that outer layer
I see.
so that the whole like so whatever it's being put in can absorb into it easily, and evenly protect it, kind of thing, coat it,
Hmm. Hmm.
because when there's air pockets and things like this, that's where things start to fester, where you could have a contamination or whatever. That's why when you're doing canning and things, they make you seal it right to the top, when you turn it over and stuff to get the air out and to move it around so everything's covered, so there's nowhere to make bacterias or anything.
Yeah.
And because when we make our own, we cannot insert the nitrogen on the top that preserves it, like
Okay.
how they do with canning factories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, there's
What
all
else?
sorts of ways to canning now. They've come up with some new stuff too. But water bathing is what the traditional kind of old style, I think, is called water bathing.
Water bath. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
drop it in and heat it, to seal
Right.
it all up.
Or yeah.
Right.
It's been a long time
But
since I've done it.
you do that on the upright. You drop the bottle and upright in running water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just helps make sure the seal is tight, which helps with contamination so it can store in your cellar longer, on your shelf longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
I
found
see.
one that was like leaking or spilled over or something, you would just open it right away, skim the top off, eat the rest. It wouldn't be a waste. It
Oh.
would just be like, okay, that one's not going to last you 6 months. You got to eat it now. And you can take the top off and still enjoy the bottom. You know what I mean? People get real freaked out about some of this stuff. And it's like,
I'd toss it. Be scared, yeah, but that's
What
good.
What else do you make, Cran? What other kind of tinctures do you make?
I don't know.
Tell us another one.
This is my first time trying like a formal tincture. Quite usually I work straight with just dried herbs. So I use dried herbs. So I'll use it in cooking. You can put them in soups. You can put them on a salad. You can make teas out of them. You can put them in your bathtub. You can put them in oils. You can. Hi, Phyllis.
Hi.
Hi.
Pleasure to you, girl.
Sorry, go ahead. Cran, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Poor Phyllis, I love you. I so occupied her the other day. I was like, oh my god, it was just me and Phyllis, and nobody else was around. But like, there was people around.
It's okay.
I love you.
It was my pleasure.
Phyllis, do you know Grizz? Do you know Grizz? Have you met her before?
No, I don't think so. Hi, nice to meet you. Hey, Ray Ray.
Grizz, who is Jade Tiger, was actually in Kelly Scopes a lot back in Paris.
Periscope.
Oh, okay.
A while ago.
So
I went by.
she's an OG Periscope herself.
Yeah, Grismo T, was it?
Yeah.
Ah! Sometimes I remember her screen name. Sometimes, ugh.
That's pretty good.
Phyllis, can I
Yeah.
ask you, Phyllis, how was your day?
It was okay.
Just okay? There's a hesitation there.
Yeah, it was okay. No, it was I was tired. I did a lot of readings yesterday.
Okay, that'll do it.
And there was a lot of like heavy energy
Mm.
yesterday. Not necessarily bad, just a
Heavy.
lot.
A lot.
Yep.
It was a lot. And
I
but when you're doing it, oh good. When you're doing it, you have all this adrenaline, sort of like pumping through you. So you're like, okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. And then you finish and you're like, ugh,
And then
Mm,
Holy crap, that was a lot. And so this
yeah.
morning I felt it and I did not want to go to work. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
no, please. But anyways,
Little kids.
yeah, dealing with little kids after that. But it was okay. It wasn't bad. They were pretty good. They were pretty calm. So that was,
Okay,
that
I'm
was
going to
good.
pose a question, and
Sure.
then we're going to go around, and I would like each of you to answer the question. Okay? Is that okay?
Okay.
It's a simple question.
Okay, sure.
Everybody online right now, the three of you, have many gifts. Very gifted individuals, spiritually and also physically. We all have our own lives we have to run. So you have to be a gifted mom. Phyllis, I know you're a mom. Grizz is a mom, and then Cran is a mom. So you got to be gifted as a mom as well. There's
That's
got to be
crazy.
that balance, right? Especially when you have more than one child. So let me ask: when you are, and Grizz, I'm going to put you on the line first, okay?
Okay.
When you're asked to give guidance to someone, and Grizz, you've done it for me before, or you do a reading for someone. What is the most difficult part of doing that reading?
Just in general, or are you talking like as a parent, like if I have the kids on me, or
If someone asks you to do a reading for
Mhm.
them, to give them guidance, maybe through an oracle card, or maybe through something you feel or energy, talking about doing a reading. What is
Well,
the most difficult part?
if I don't know them very well, I straight out tell them I'm a novice. I'm barely starting, so what I get may you know take what you can, present, and go from there. I haven't really done a whole other than with you and family here. Um, yeah, I really haven't really opened up to yet, so it's a
But
little.
you're getting there.
I'm
You're
getting,
getting there, though.
I'm getting
Yeah,
slowly.
you you've come a long way in the 2 years I've known you. Come a very
Yeah.
long way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because 2 years ago, when we first kind of met, I was more at the stage of trying to let go of the way I was conditioned, of how I grew up with my religion, and a little scared to push through that. But just my curiosity and all my questions, I wanted them answered. So that's what
Mm.
to it. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I finally listened because who knows where I'd be right now.
Well, let me pose this question to Phyllis. Now it's your turn. Phyllis, do
Okay.
you ever find that sometimes when you're doing a reading that you second guess or you have doubt?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because see, I get like information, right? I get them in different ways. So sometimes it's visual, sometimes it's audio, sometimes it's I don't even know where it comes from. It's just a knowing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, it doesn't necessarily make sense to me. So because of that,
Right.
I question, like I sort of doubt, you know what I mean? I doubt myself and I'll go, okay, I won't say that. But I've learned that I just say it. I just have to say it because it's not meant for me to understand all the time, you know? And again, like, just like you, I say, well, sometimes when I'm giving information, it might not resonate right now with you, but it's just something to keep in mind because
Right.
um, not necessarily something that's happening right now, but will be happening to you. But I think the
Mm-hmm.
hardest thing about what I do is that, let's say, for example, I'll say to you, hey, Luca, that woman or that person toxic. You need to stay away from this person or whatever. And because we're so conditioned to, like, what's the word I'm looking for, like holding on to that trauma or holding on to the person who is causing that trauma, that they will still, like, even after I give them my, my intuitive answer, it's not the answer that they're looking for. And they'll still ask me other questions about it.
Free
So
will.
it's like, this person is horrible for you, right? And I'll just say it straight out. No, that person is toxic, or no, that person is manipulative, or I will say it straight out. I'm very, very blunt when I say my readings. And they'll say, okay, but do they feel guilty about it? Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? The whole fucking point. Like, you're missing the point. Oh, whoa.
Caught in our fields. Caught in our fields. There's a lot of people right now who are learning to stop looking outside of themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the person that you're talking about, is that they're continually outside of themselves in all situations. They literally, even though you're telling them, like, don't focus on that thing outside of you because it's hurting you, they're like, well, what else is there to focus on? Like, there's no way for them to be like,
right.
well, do I feel guilty about this? Do I feel bad about this? Do I, like, you know what I mean? Like, they have a really hard time going.
And I say to them, like, does it matter, though, if they feel guilty? If you know that they're the wrong person for you? Like, do you really want me to answer if they feel guilty or not? Because the answer is no, they don't feel guilty. Like,
that's why they can do it.
Like, you have to be like, boom, done. Because I can't help you if you're not willing to, like, look at what I'm telling you. You're not looking past it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
You're holding on to what you want to believe. So if you want to believe what you want to believe, then why are you asking me? I know that sounds really rude.
No,
it's like,
No.
For fuck's sake.
It's because they can't trust themselves, but they want somebody outside of themselves to validate the thing that they wish for.
But it's just like, if you say, oh, is my girlfriend cheating on me? Okay, but you're asking me this question. So what do you feel? Because if you didn't believe that your girlfriend was cheating on you, you wouldn't even be asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you didn't think it was a possibility, yeah. Yeah, right.
That's just the way it is. It's so with this gift comes bluntness, and some people can hear it and some people can't. But I do this unapologetically, because this is what you're going to get when you get a reading from me. You're not going to get bullshit. You're not going to get the answer you want to hear. And I tell people all the time, it's when I'm connecting with spirit, it's not about the messages that you want to hear. It's always about the messages that they feel you need to hear. Right? And people don't get it. But then it's like, no, but am I going to get back together with them? No, you're not, unless you decide to. Because
like, please
because we have that choice, right? You can make that choice. And that's just the same way as, like, when someone says, oh, that thing that you said, it didn't happen. Right, because I can only see within this box, within this time frame, right?
Yeah, they only let you know so much.
I mean, I'm a psychic, but I'm not God, right?
So this is what I discovered. This is what I discovered. A few things in some of the readings that I've done for people. One, first thing is people hold on. They hold on to trauma because that's where their comfort is. Mm-hmm. They don't want to release that trauma. They want to hold on to it because they're familiar with this trauma. Mm-hmm. But the minute you open up their eyes and try and help them to move away from this trauma, it's all unfamiliar. They're lost. And I don't think they want that. So they hold on to this trauma because it's comfort, for one. And secondly, when we, as people who are trying to help others, a lot of times when we second guess ourselves, it's because we're trying to make it make sense to us. Message.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the message isn't for us. The message is for them.
for them.
You are the sounding board. You are the interpreter. You are the one that takes this picture that Spirit shows you and says, now you explain this to them. Is my girlfriend cheating on me? Answer is yes. Is my girlfriend cheating on me? Answer might be no. But it's not for us to, like for me especially, you guys already know me. When I speak, I don't just speak one or two words. I get to the point eventually, but I'm sugarcoat everything around it first, especially if it's a message you might not want to hear, but you're going to hear it. And so people are more accepting of a message that may not be what they want to hear if I can tell them in a way that doesn't attack them personally. Because it's not what it is. It's not an attack on them personally. It
Mhm.
is us reading a spiritual, what do you call it? What do you call it when the doctor writes your prescription? You write a spiritual prescription according to what we know, we see, and we heard. Now it's up to you. You take this prescription.
Yeah,
If you want to fill it, if you want to take it, it's up to you.
yeah.
So for me, that was the hardest part for me in having that doubt. Second guessing myself. I've seen Cran in action last week. She was spit by bang, 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 bang.
I have no
Energy,
problem
energy,
with
energy.
confrontation. No, I have no problem with confrontation. No.
Or confidence. Or confidence.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I tried it all the ways. I tried it all the sugar coating. I tried all the sweetie. I tried all the like putting people first. Nothing worked. And so now it's just like, okay, well, this is what it is. And I'm not saying this to you because I'm trying to hurt you. This is a lesson I've actually lived through and learned, or that I've learned through other people. And these are like general rules about like the universe and about being humans. And I
Mhm.
try to like unify it in that way. Like, listen, I know it's so hard to hear. I know right now it doesn't seem real. I know right now it's like uncomfortable. I know this is something new. It's hard, all these things. But I try to relate to them. Like, please don't feel like you're some broken something.
Yeah.
These are literally like life passages. These are like life rules, lessons, you know,
Karmic
things we
lesson.
grow through. Like, these are just like universal truths of like being humans or interacting with humans. This isn't like, yeah, I know it sucks that it doesn't work that way, because like I always wanted it to work that way too, and I like beat my head against the pole to do that too. But like we have to do it like this if we really want to get to the end of it. And I know it
Mhm.
sucks or whatever,
Yeah.
but I try to like more neutralize it, like, so, because people, we internalize so much because we're told that we're supposed to be so independent and we're supposed to be so self-sufficient, but humans aren't actually wired that way. We're actually break down when we do things that way. So we have this conflict, right, where it's like we think we're the only one. But
Cran is nice. I'm just a bitch about my readings.
I there's a lot of people who think I'm like, seriously, there's a lot of people who think I'm a bitch. I don't know. I mean,
No, I don't get that from either one of you. And I've been in your scopes and I've been trying to have you as my guest list. We need to have you on as a guest some week. How about in the next couple of weeks we'll have you be a guest for us and do some readings, bring in some friends,
Yeah, yeah,
get to know
sure.
us.
I have dowsing
grill
rods.
you.
We can do some dowsing rods.
Okay.
I have a
What
yes
was
no
We,
question, I think.
you do?
Yeah, after everything you said yesterday, I'm like, wait, there was one thing I didn't clarify. I was like,
okay, let me
yeah.
ask, is anybody there's about there should be about 6 people in here, but is there anybody have a feeling or a sense of a message that they might be hearing or seeing right now?
Thanks, billions.
Thank you.
I,
Mm.
my my messages are frozen. It's not working.
Mine's too. Mine's too.
Oh
I
no,
don't know
let
what
me
it
see
is
if mine
about.
are.
I can't read it. It got stuck a way while ago.
Billions 4708 says you guys are the best here. Thanks.
Aw.
Yeah, but
Stacy says she's
I don't
Stacy
see
says
anything
she's
after
feeding
that.
in and fading in and out of sleep, but I'm here and y'all are the best nighttime story to listen to. And I'm sorry. Did you? Tony says so true.
Ray says I'm sexy. Not the elephant, but the man. Ray says I'm sexy.
What?
So, Phyllis, I know he's your friend, so he can stay. Right? And
Behave
Ray, thanks.
yourself, Ray Ray.
Yeah, thank you.
Jesus.
Ray, I'd like you to stay in the room. That's cool. I respect Phyllis. So therefore, I'd like to respect you. It's
um,
cool that you get those compliments to me, but
Ray
just
knows
know that,
Curious Crane, doesn't she? Doesn't he? Sorry, Ray.
Sorry?
I don't know.
Ray knows Curious Crane and all them, doesn't she? Doesn't he? Sorry,
I
why do I keep doing
think
that? Sorry, Ray.
think
Ray
so.
was on Periscope, and Ray
Yeah.
was in like
Hello, Surya.
Curious Crane's things and stuff. I swear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he,
mean, he'll
he
have to
seems to
speak
be
for
okay.
himself.
I don't have a problem with him. I just wanted to make sure that we got everything straight with Ray.
Oh yeah, no, he's not even on here anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's here, but
Ray knows Amber and all them.
yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So.
Ray
Maybe.
knows Amber and all those. I'm pretty sure.
Phyllis,
Yes.
tell me, what was your most difficult reading this week?
Oh, I can tell you this one. This one
Okay.
is by far the craziest experience I've ever had in my 47 years of life, and I've had some crazy.
Get out of here! You're not 47.
I am. Look. 1,
Burn your
2, 3, 4, 5. Look. There's 20 years right here.
You know, I know people who are 26 that have gray hairs.
Oh, I
Yeah,
Some
started
people
that's
like,
grade
true.
really young.
That's true.
I'm so
yeah.
great. Yeah.
I'm gonna be 45 next month.
Yay! Next month. Oh, October. You're Libra. That's good. Libras are
Oh, the
good
Libras.
people.
Oh my God, the Libras. The Libras, I tell you. Ugh.
Right now, Libras are
Thank you, Surya. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But there's
Okay, I'm sorry.
there's
Go ahead,
that
Phyllis.
there's that awkward like gray white thing before it looks beautiful. You get this like awkward thing going, but anyways, so the craziest experience that I had was actually on Periscope.
Mm.
Kren, I don't know if you were there for that.
I might have. I want to know if it's the one where your face and your body started changing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that happens too. No. Well, I don't know if it did. Maybe it did. Anyways, so I started to do this Periscope. I was doing readings. It was all good. And then one of my friends came on. I met her through Periscope. And yeah, you were there, Tanya. And she was something came up for her. So I
Mm.
said, there's a girl, she's young, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as she said her name, it was like, like just having that, that validation.
Yeah, like.
That's it. It was like, it was done. Unfortunately, she was in a different country when she passed away. And so things are left very questionable, right? Because everything becomes like hush hush, things are hidden, anyways. So I started to say that she did not die in the manner that was told to her family, but instead that she was killed. She was murdered.
Oh, wow.
Lights were flickering. People were losing battery when they had full battery and had to come on again, like, go off, go on, like things like that. But money does talk. But the craziest part of this whole thing was that I could hear her voice.
Oh,
But
wow.
Luca, like I'm telling you, it wasn't like just me hearing it. Everybody was hearing it. She was yelling help. She was I could hear the crunch underneath her shoe. Like, you know, when you're running on
Yep.
pebbles and you
Mm-hmm.
hear
Mhm.
that. So I knew exactly that she was running. She was saying help. She was telling me what was going on as it was happening. Like she was recounting the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Oh my God.
I had said, and then all of a sudden I said, "Oh, my head!" Like I just got like this whack in the head. Like I literally physically felt it. And she said that one of the things that was told was that she hit her head on a rock.
Mhm.
So that makes sense why I was feeling, you know, that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my face changed, my eyes changed, my eye color changes.
Mm-hmm.
When I feel spirit that strongly,
Mm-hmm.
I'll sort of take on like this, like it's me, but it's not me.
She
Like
had
you'll see,
recently passed, right?
yeah, it
It
hadn't been
wasn't
that
like
long.
passed for a long time. Yeah. And I
Right.
think that's why it physically affected you on that one, because she was so fresh and so trying to like get message
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah. And I
Mm.
mean, I've had some pretty crazy ones. Like I've connected with people who died in 9/11, you know, and stuff, but nothing compared to hearing her voice yelling help. Like my hands were like shaking. I was like this.
It
I
Crazy.
took over all your body. Yeah.
it got so intense that I had to actually stop. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't
Mhm.
breathe. My head was hurting. It was brutal. Like it was just brutal.
You
But
were that connected to her.
Oh,
yeah, but
She was in shock probably still.
yeah,
Let me
and
ask, does she have dark hair?
no, it was well, maybe originally, you know, uh
Died. Okay.
the deceased one or the girl? Which one are you asking?
sorry.
Oh, I was asking Luca which
Oh,
girl, the deceased girl?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, she had lighter hair. But the craziest part about the whole thing, if that's not crazy enough, was that I asked her friend, I said, is does she have Facebook? She said, yeah, she has Facebook. I said, is it still open? And she said, yes, it's still open. So I said, there's people on her um, Facebook that you have to look at. There's two names that are exactly the same. They're male, and one of those C names is the one who killed her. And she was like, holy shit, let me go check. So she left. She came back and she said, you're absolutely right. There's two people with the same name, and one of them was exactly how I described him to be.
oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
One's a fake account, like a burner
So,
account.
so as you're speaking and telling the story, I get my downloads come like snapshots. So like those old Polaroids where you click and you see it develop real quick. That's what I see. Sometimes I get them like back to back to back, and like, I keep seeing them, and the image sometimes changes, sometimes it
Uh,
doesn't. I see that, but there's this when you're speaking, and telling a story. I had a vision of a girl with dark hair, black, long, stringy,
ooh,
very oily type hair, and she was wearing a light colored dress. Could be a nightgown, but it's a light colored dress.
mm, no, she had pale, pale white skin. Um, and she was like a blondish, kind of like crayons. Yeah, maybe a little bit lighter than crayons, but yeah, something like that. So, but it was crazy. And then the next day, yeah, it was blonde. The next day, I felt such a like it took me. I think it probably took me like 3 days to recover from it. I had like the psychic flu.
You
I
had a
gotcha.
really strong connection to the person between you, though, right? Like
Yeah,
you, like it was you and your friend
yeah,
had a tight connect, and then it was like her and that person had a tight connect. So when
right.
that spirit that passed over connected to you, she probably latched on like even like clearer because like she already had a connection to your friend. So when she connected to you, it became a three, and it was like a full
Well,
circle.
not only that, but there were other people.